Lance Howard from Howard Financial with a few tips on how we can all improve our credit scores. Good morning, Lance. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
So basically tell us, what are some things that we can do to improve our credit scores?
You know, I know sometimes it might sound a little bit basic, but when you just look at your credit cards, don't miss credit card payments. Even missing a credit card payment by a day or two can make a huge difference in your credit score. So, and then also, conversely, having a record of on-time payments really makes a big difference.
So if you miss it even for a couple of days, does that mean a couple of points on your credit score?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Really?
That absolutely has a big thing to do with it. So you also want to make sure that you don't open new credit cards. Opening new credit cards shows that you're trying to get more credit when you're applying for the loan, and that's a big problem. But paying off old credit cards or paying them down is a huge way to increase your credit score, because it shows that not only do you have the ability to handle the credit that you currently have, but you can also move forward with more credit.
Okay, now let's say, I know people have debt on their credit cards. I think we've all had a little bit on our credit cards that we'd like to pay down. What can we do? What do you recommend? Do you recommend paying it all off at once if you're able to, or slowly chipping away at it? I know the interest rate and the payments are going to get higher, and that sort of stuff can affect you.
Yeah, I'd actually slowly chip away at it. Make extra payments. When you pay them off completely, that actually has a negative impact on your credit rating. So you're much better off if you chip away at it, show that you can make extra payments, and that shows credit worthiness.
Really? So don't pay it in a lump sum,
exactly.
Chip away at it.
Yeah.
Because that establishes good credit, I guess?
That's right.
So we're getting our tax returns soon. Some people have probably already gotten them. Don't just throw it all toward your credit card bill.
Right. Yeah, I mean, do it maybe over a 2, 3, 4 month period of time where you're adding more to your payments, so it shows that you're consistently doing that.
Okay, now what about, people always say, you know, get a Blockbuster card, go to Macy's, open up one of those, you know, start making payments, but then you don't want to have 15 cards from various different companies in your wallet or purse, right?
That's correct, and opening new credit cards at that time when you're trying to get that credit is a negative impact to begin with.
Is the myth of checking your credit score a myth, or is that urban legend, or because, you know, people say if you check your credit score, that affects your credit score?
Well, that can be true, but there are a couple of websites you can go to. You can go to creditkarma.com and creditsesame.com, and it does not have an impact on your credit score because they're looking into it on your behalf.
All right, let's talk about alternatives to bankruptcy. Is there anything we can do to quickly improve our credit? You know, rapidly maybe gain 10, 15, 20 points, who knows? Just try to get that score up a little bit, because if you don't have good credit, you have a tough time leasing a car, buying a house, doing anything these days.
Absolutely, and everybody pays a much higher price. If you have a poor credit rating, you pay more. So just think about how much money you could be putting into other accounts, into your retirement accounts, into college education for your kids, if you weren't paying a higher rating on your, or paying for a higher, lower rating on your credit score.
Okay, and credit scores, what would be the good range? Anything between?
Well, over 700 is obviously very good.
It's obviously good.
And that's where all those teaser rates, anything that they run an ad for on TV is going to be that teaser rate, and it's only for the people with the highest credit. If you go in on that teaser rate and you have a lower credit rating, you're going to get a higher percentage rate that you pay. And I just think that by paying a higher percentage rate over a long period of time over your life impacts how much money you can save and how much money you can put away for retirement.
And do you guys offer services at Howard Financial that will help people with this sort of thing and various other wealth management?
Yes, wealth management, retirement planning, and we absolutely see the difference when people come in. You can tell whether they had a good credit rating most of their life or a poor credit rating by the assets that they have. They have more money in their 401ks, they have more money in brokerage accounts. You can absolutely see the difference.
All right, thanks so much. This is Lance Howard from Howard Financial. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.